This video will demonstrate the basics of customer data in ActionFlow. Many specific features of ActionFlow are accessed from the customer screen. In many cases, other videos deal with the details of those other sections, and so this video will not go into details for those features that are covered elsewhere. The Customer tab is where you will enter and edit your customer information in ActionFlow. To enter a new customer, you can click on the green plus sign, and once the new record has been created, you can update the customer name and then the customer contact information in this way. For example, we want to go ahead and enter in Mr. Davis as a new customer. We can click on the customer contact information and enter in the address here in this field. You can also enter in a phone number here, and then you can select from the drop down if it would be a home, mobile, or business number. You can also add in the email address for the client. In addition, you can enter in information for persons that are associated with the customer, such as a spouse or a contractor, so you could type that in here, and then you could select from the drop down. You can also assign roles. So if you wanted to say that the sales rep on this order is John, you can select that from the drop down, so sales rep, and then you can select John. The next section that we're going to go over is the customer details, and under the customer details you can enter notes or other customer fields that might have been added by your administrator. The next section would be the actions section. Actions are most often used as part of the jobs, but you do have the ability to add actions for your customers here. The next section would be your job data. Jobs for a customer can be added in this way by clicking the green plus sign under your job data field. You can have multiple jobs per customer for each job, and then you can also have multiple areas underneath those jobs. The areas are where you enter in the detailed information for a quote. Under each customer, you can assign a dealer. This may also be called account or contractor, depending on how your account is configured. For example, if this customer came from Acme Kitchens and Bath, I can assign that dealer here. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over a few other buttons under the Customer tab. This button will copy the customer's name into a Windows clipboard in case you wanted to paste that into another program. The same copy button will also work for the customer contact information fields as well. You also have a drop down here, and the drop down will allow you to search for current customers. You can scroll through to find the customer you want, or you can simply start typing in the letters of the first letters of the customer's name, and you can find that customer here. So for example, if we want to go into the drop down and we can start typing SMI, that will pull up customer Mary Smith. The blue refresh button will update the list of customers, updating it for any customers that have recently been added by other users. The magnifying glass icon will take you to the grid view, where you can use the customer search field to do advanced searches within ActionFlow here. Back on our customer tab, there is a queue with the lightning bolt to the left side. If you click on this, this will quickly allow you to create a new quote for a customer here in this section. The duplication button will duplicate your current customer, and then you can enter a number here in this field just below it that will allow you to duplicate the customer a certain number of times. The red X will delete the current customer that you are on. Your account may be configured to prevent deletion of a customer unless you are an administrator. And then the last thing is over to your right side. Over on this is the Files section, which is where you can attach files for the customer. Most of the time, however, files will get attached to the job rather than the actual customer. And that concludes the overview of the customer data in ActionFlow.